Hello. What's the date today? It's Friday the 7th of March. What's been happening? Well, it's been a bit of a waiting game. It's been a waiting game. So I thought I'd take the van out. It's been parked up for a few days, and that gave me the opportunity to talk to you guys. So first things first, Friday, I think it was about 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm in tracksuit bottoms, I'm not in my shorts. I should be, it's warm, it's 10-11 degrees, but for some bizarre reason I'm not. I don't know. Times they are a-changing. Who sang that? That was, what's his name, wasn't it? What's his name? Bob Dylan, wasn't it? So anyway, what's been happening? Well, I think I've the last time I caught up with you, it was we were waiting for solicitors to do soliciting, banks to do banking, and estate agents to do estate agency bits. Well, they've all pulled their fingers out, and they've all sort of decided that we're looking for a move date of the 11th of April, which is about 4 weeks away, give or take a few days. So we're just waiting for that to be. That's what we've been told, that's what our buyers have been told, and that's what our sellers have been told. So we've had to go back and say, yep, we're good with that, and everyone else, we're just waiting for everyone else to go, yep, we're good with that. We get confirmation and we can book removals people who I've spoken to, and we've decided that we're going to use the boys and girls up in Scotland. I had a chat with them and I said, look, you know, because we got quoted one company quoted us a ridiculously low quote, and it immediately sort of like the red, you know, the red flags. There was red flags flying around, and I thought, and I looked into them a bit deeper, and I think what they do is that they, you know, they got their own boys, but anything else after that, they say they're national, but they subcontract the work out. Now the thing with subcontract, if you sub the contractor, if you sub it out, you got no guarantee those boys are going to turn up. You got no guarantees whatsoever, and you know, you got no guarantees that the people you give your money to are going to turn up. But you like to think they would. But when it's been subbed out, that's another link in the chain, isn't it? So I don't like the idea of that, and they were ridiculously cheap. And for that sort of money, you ain't going to get a sort of really good service, are you? And then we had the guys that were reasonably local to us down here, and that was a bit more of a sensible price. And then we had the guys up in Scotland that were a good 800 quid to £1,000 more expensive, and that was my preferred people, because they just look a proper job, proper outfit, proper trucks, all their own people. They don't sub any of the work out, you know, and it just looked a proper outfit, you know. All their trucks were nice, proper, sign written up, proper job. Oh, there's a bike here. That's a bit unfortunate. Bit unfortunate. So it was the ones that I liked, but it was the price that was putting me off. So I phoned them up and I said, look, this is the price that we've been quoted. If you can get any near it, if you can get anywhere near it, I'd prefer to use you, but I've been given a sensible price from a sensible local company down here, but I would rather prefer that a local company up there use me. And he went, no, fair enough, thank you for giving me the opportunity to see if I can give you a bit of a better price. And I said, well, you know, it's only fair, you know, it's only fair that, you know, whether you can or whether you, if you can't, not a problem, you know, but if you can, he says, let me have a look at it. So he looked at it and he went, I'll tell you what I'll do. can't match it, but I can get close to it. And I said, do you know what? I said, with that sort of answer, I said, I'm quite happy to go along on that basis. So we've agreed a price, and we're going to use the guy. And we're both really happy with that. So it's, you know, they're moving your worldly goods from one end of the country to the other. So that's what we're doing. So any day now we should have a confirmation that that's the go date. Now that's on a Friday. So our plan is that we're going to get the removers to come down here on Wednesday, load up for Wednesday lunchtime, half a day to load. Then they'll be back up the road and they'll be around for Friday lunchtime. And we should then be in business. It's just the logistics of how we are then going to go and get up there and what time we leave. With Walt and a cat in tow. He had to go to the vets the other day for his normal jabs, and you know, and so he had a once over, and we told them about the problem. We wanted to get him, and they said now they can give us some jollop that basically just sort of calms him down. So we give it to him. I can't remember if it's tablet or liquid. Either way, it just makes him sleepy for 12 to 15 hours, which is what he does anyway. So hopefully that'll do the trick, and we'll get him up there in that time. Well, by the time he gets up there, he'll be used to being in the thing anyway, won't he? So I just thought I'd bring you out for a bit of a ride round. We're more or less packed, apart from clothes and the kitchen cupboards. Everything else, there's some stuff under the stairs, but nothing too much. But it's all the stuff. It's like how much do we want to pack? You know, because some of the stuff we're still using. So we can't pack all the saucepans and all the. We can thin it out a bit, because it's not every sauce, not every pan you use. We've got loads of, you know, big Le Creuset dishes and stuff like that. Ugh, yawning. So yeah, we've got yeah, we can thin stuff down a bit. Tomorrow we're going. Oh, we've got some stuff to do on the trailer. I've got to drag the trailer out, and I've got to cover the motorbike with a tarpaulin. Well, I've got two bike covers, but as it's a motorbike and sidecar, I've got two covers. So and strap all that lot down. The bike is now strapped to the trailer, so that's good. Ratchet straps front and rear. That ain't going nowhere. And I've got to pump the tyre up. One of the tyres is looking a little flat, so I'm going to pump that up, drag it out, get it pumped up, and take it for a little spin tomorrow morning. Then we've got lunch at the mother-in-law's tomorrow afternoon. Lamb, that'd be nice. And then Sunday we're going out to Roehampton to watch Goat Boy play hockey. He's the captain of the hockey team at Roehampton. So we're going out to watch him play hockey, then we're all going out for a meal afterwards. I thought my days of standing on a touchline were over. I've done it since he's been about 8, 9, 10. How old was he when I was 10. Do you want to see the sea? See the sea. Oh, we've also decided this weekend we're sitting down and going through the equipment that's going to be required. Let's go this way. The equipment that's going to be required on the farm, and then we're going to look at the do like a wish list on what we need to buy first. What we need to buy first, and we've already decided on our first serious purchase. Well, we've decided two things. Firstly, we've decided that once we're up there and we've been settled in 2 or 3 months, and we've got all our gear up from down south, and we've done all of that, and we've got anything big that we need to get by, we'll get, and then we're going to sell the van. We're going to sell the van. She's done me all right. But it's a big lumpy old van, you know, and the chances of me needing it up there. I mean, van's always handy, but it's an expensive thing to have that's handy. And something that we haven't got is a quad bike. So I'm going to buy a quad bike. And we've been looking around, and I've been looking at second-hand ones, and so I want something that's half decent. There's no point in buying something for £1,000 that's going to be always, you know, we've learned our lessons, you know, we all have, haven't we, over the years, to buy something that's only costs £1,000 and it's forever breaking down. When you need it the most, it's not going to work, not reliable, and when you've got animals to feed and just all the different things, and ground to cut and harrow and roll and all that malarkey, you got to have something that's up to the job. Oh, rubbish there, rubbish everywhere. So yeah, we need something that's up to the job, really. So been looking around, I've been doing a lot of research, because I haven't been driving a truck. You may have noticed I haven't been driving a truck. You come on through, my son. Just put me in the verge, you. And so we're going to go for a CF Moto. May or may not have heard of them. Look them up. CF Moto. C for Charlie, F for Foxtrot. CF Moto. And they do a CF Moto 450, and it's the farmer spec. So it hasn't got alloy wheels. It's just got steel wheels. Do you know what I mean? And it hasn't got power steering, because as far as I'm concerned, it's a quad bike. Power steering, really? There's one that's at the highest spec up, is £1,000 more, and it comes with power steering and alloy wheels. Well, power steering, that's just something else to go wrong as far as I'm concerned. On a quad bike that's going to get bumped around and banged and knocked, and you know. And I just don't need alloy wheels. I ain't going anywhere in it. And the money that we originally said we were spending about £4,000. And I looked into these, and bearing in mind we're going to be VAT registered. We looked into it, and we can buy a brand new one for 4.5 plus the VAT. So take the VAT off, and we're at the right price. Makes sense. 2-year warranty. It's got a winch on the front, and you know, you got a hard job to be able to buy a Honda. I want anything over. It has to be over 400cc is the lowest I'd go, because I'm a big old lump, and it's going to be carting you know, fair bit of. Well, she'll have a bit of weight behind her with round bells and everything on the trailer, so she's going to be working. So it needs to be 400cc minimum, and this fits all the bills. It's got some excellent write-ups. So and there's a dealer in Inverurie, which isn't a million miles away from where we are. So that's what we're going. And Gorgeous Kira was very happy about it. So yeah, happy days. So was I. They pulled that house down and put a new one there. It looks bloody horrible. So yeah, our new first big purchase is agreed, and we just need to make sure that we can actually get one from up there. Should be alright. Oh, hiccups. So we need all sorts though, but you know, it's things like we need a lawnmower, and it's not like a little lawnmower that we need. We need a bloody big lawnmower. I can tow a what they call a topper behind me, but I can't do the lawns with that. So I need a big lawnmower to do that, which we're going to get. And then, you know, then we need I need a strimmer and a brush cutter and a hedge cutter and a chainsaw. All these things, you know, it's all like all of a sudden you're spending a fair bit amount of money. You want me to go? Perhaps I can sneak in here. Flash from the taxi driver, which is good. Thank you very much. So yeah, all exciting stuff, boys' toys and all that malarkey. So the house is full of boxes. I spent 2 days wrapping up pictures and glass, you know, big picture frames and stuff like that. And I think I've wrapped them up well enough. I could post them up, and they'd survive. So I went a bit overkill, but at least they're secure. So I think that's about it, really. It's Newmill. Stand right on the edge. I understand people that stand right on the curbstones when there's vehicles coming towards them. Where am I supposed to go? I've got to be in between the white lines, which means I'm close to the curb, which means my wing mirror is sticking out onto the curb. Well, what else do I know? Not a lot, really. Every day you wake up and you wonder what Trump's doing, don't you? What fresh chaos has he unleashed? You just don't know these days, do you? Nothing would surprise me. Bloke's a lunatic. And his sidekick, horse-faced freak, high on ketamine, old Musk. don't know. The world is going mad. Madder by the day. So that should have given the van a good run around. Got a couple of things to go in the van now. If I can get it in, if I've got a chair, I've got a small chair to go in the van. I think there's just about space for that, and then a fireside companion set. If anyone's got a spare fireside companion set they want to sell, let me know. I'll buy it off you. I've got 3 fireplaces to kit out. 4 actually. Well, this road that's been closed for quite a while up here, Bashley Road, that's now reopened. Went up it earlier. It's been open probably for about a week now. First time I've been up it. I want to get in and have a nice cup of tea. So yeah, that's about you all up together now. Ugh, God. So there will be some driving backwards and forwards soon from Aberdeen down to here. Well, from here up to Aberdeen, here up to Aberdeenshire, which is where we're going. It's just outside a little place called Lumsden, Lumsden. Lumsden. Those of you that want to Google it. We're just to the south of Lumsden. So I'll be driving backwards and forwards up there. I reckon I could probably do no more than 3, but I'd like to think I could do it. Well, the first trip up, so we're loaded now, and then I'll do 2 further trips. And I'd like to think I might be able to do it in 2 trips, which would be excellent if I can. But it might be 3 just to finish off. And I might have to come down just with the van. May not need the trailer. Or I may come down just with the Range Rover and the trailer. Depends. So, yeah, we'll see. So, nearly home. I thought it was a little drive around to the big circle and bring you up to speed with what's going on. Just so you don't forget about me. How could you? How could you indeed? But YouTube is very fickle. We still haven't changed the name over. We should do, really. And as I've always said, if you get this far, then thank you very much. And the new name will be, well, we haven't completely decided, but it'll be on the lines of Newmill, New Life in Scotland. And then we might, at some further point, if you just go New Life. I don't know, yeah, in Scotland, yeah. I don't know whether, yeah, I don't know. But, and then we go from there. So, speak to you all later on. Hope everything's alright with everybody. Everyone's still plodding on. That's all you can do, you know. one step in front of the other. We'll take one day at a time, and everything else will sort itself out. So I'll speak to you as soon as I can when I've got something interesting to say. But not that I need any reason. I talk shite most of the time anyway, don't I? But you know what I mean. Anyway, take care everybody, and I will speak to you very soon. Speak to you later. Cheers, bye.